Alright, so according to Spencer Fearon, I'm also hearing other reports as well, that Daniel Dubois, who has been, for his last couple of fights, actually I think for the last 2 years, has been training with Shane Mcguigan, reportedly, they've split. Now obviously Daniel Dubois is the mandatory with the BBA for Alexander Usyk, and he may not actually get that crack if they can't agree on the purse split. I think purse bid. If the purse bid doesn't go ahead, there's talk of them actually switching the mandatory to Deontay Wilder. We will cover that in a separate video, make no mistake about that, but we're talking about Daniel Dubois. Now, reported that he split from Shane Mcguigan, and bizarrely, because really this is a bit of a head scratcher, he's gone and got a new trainer, right? Don Charles, of all people. Don Charles is not the sort of trainer who would come to, well, anyone's mind when someone is looking to replace a trainer of the quality of Shane Mcguigan, who is an excellent, maybe one of, if not the best trainer in Britain, and you replace him with Don Charles, apparently. I mean, that is like, having a first-class babysitter. She's perfect, she does everything you need, she gets the kids to bed, she even cleans the house, and then saying, do you know what? Let's get rid of her. And do you know who we're going to bring in? We're going to bring in old Philip Schofield, because we can trust him. That's basically what it's like. Really a big head scratcher. Don Charles couldn't teach Derek Chisora how to punch correctly. Derek Chisora was slapping the entire time he was trained by Don Charles. It was crazy. It was only when he went to Dave Colwell, and since then he's had different trainers, since he's actually back with Don Charles now, that he actually started punching correctly with the knuckle part of the glove, and he actually started getting more knockouts after that. You go look. His last major profile fight, Don Charles, was Derek Chisora against Tyson Fury. Now, none of us expected Chisora to win that fight, that's fair enough. But Chisora took an absolute pasting in that fight. An absolute Hail Mary beating. And Don Charles never even came close to pulling his man out of the ring. Victor Loughlin had to step in and stop the fight in the 10th round, when it was obvious that the corner weren't going to stop it. So obviously when it comes to having his fighter's best intentions, he's obviously not got really that going either. I've heard people over the years say that they reckon Don Charles, in terms of top level or say well-known trainers, is the worst in Britain. And this is no disrespect to the guy, but this is just, we can only go by what we've seen, and this is what we're seeing. It's an interesting one with Daniel Dubois, because when he left, I can't remember that he was also his manager. I can't remember his name. Graham Bowers or something like that. I think his name was something like that. He was obviously training Daniel Dubois early on in his career up until he fought Joe Joyce. When he lost to Joe Joyce, he said, okay, you're going to stay on as my manager, but I'm going to get a new trainer. He went to Mark Tibbs, and Mark Tibbs wasn't exactly complimentary, if memory serves me correct, about Dubois. I recall there was a few stories going around that he felt that Dubois didn't have it in him. And Mark Tibbs is a very good trainer. Credit where credit's due. He's a very, very good trainer, and he has a good eye for talent. So if Mark Tibbs is saying that he's not really sold on it, and then he goes to Shane Mcguigan, who is a very good trainer in his own right. Shane Mcguigan is very good at getting the biomechanics of a fighter. He's very good at getting them. He's make the most out of what they are as individuals in terms of their biomechanics. That's why you see Lawrence Okoli look very good under Shane Mcguigan. His distance was a lot better. His right hand was throwing a bit more authority. His jab was working. He looked a completely different fighter under Mcguigan. With Dubois, because he joined around about a similar time, we've not really seen any transformation. If some would argue he's regressed, I don't know, I wouldn't even go that far as saying he's regressed. I think it's more mental with Daniel Dubois, and again, I don't think that changing to someone like a Don Charles would help. Maybe an Adam Boot, because he's very good at getting the psychology of a fighter, but Daniel Dubois stylistically and athletically would not be a fighter that Adam Boot would, I would imagine, have much success with. So it's a bit of a head scratcher what's going on. I don't know why he would split with Shane Mcguigan. Did they have a falling out? Are they unhappy with money? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, Dubois in that fight against Kevin Lorraine, for my money, he wanted to quit in that first round. I think that was what he wanted to do when he went back to the corner. Mcguigan was the one who said, you're going back out there. So maybe does he want someone who's going to say, okay, look, you want to, all right, go on, we'll quit. You do what you want, you quit. Maybe he wants, I don't know. It's a strange one. But Don Charles, boy, oh boy. Not a good move in my opinion. I'll leave it there. I'm not going to leave this one go on too long. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash the like button if you could. Hit subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. For now, lads and lassies, I'll talk to you. Peace.